Morning traders, and this is your Aussie or your South African Top 40 daily review. So starting off for the weekly, we ended up with a pretty solid inside bar. Ignore this tail to the downside. This is a bit of incorrect data that happened at the close, but we pretty much started on its low. It was a little bit of a flirt to the downside, but not much, and we closed pretty much on the blue line here. So fairly solid inside bar. Fits nicely inside the previous week's bar. And if we just have a look at the monthly, we still, for the month, we moved down quite significantly before sort of rallying a little bit. Okay, but if I look to the left, you can see there's a lot of resistance or support at this area on the left. Okay, so it's not surprising that we bounced off that area. The big question here is on the monthly, we have a fairly solid engulfing bar. Okay, now if I had to just go on price action from a monthly perspective, is we should open here, and it would be ideal to come back and test this area here, which is 51.0, call it 51.100. That would be the ideal scenario, and then we move to the downside. But anyway, that's on a longer term environment. And also we've got futures close out in the middle of the month, so pretty confident that somewhere between 49,749 and 51,100 is where the futures is going to close out, somewhere around there. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. If we start off on the daily, you'll see what I mean. This tail was not that far to the downside. Okay, it was a little bit of a tail where the buyer stepped in, but not that big, and we pretty much closed where we opened. So it's a very small body candle right on the 200 EMA. Okay, so I suppose what you'd be looking for is a continuation to the upside. We have broken through diagonal support. We're sort of hovering on the 200. We are technically still in a downtrend. So everything here on the daily is saying downtrend. We're below the parabolic SAR, which is these green dots here. We're below the moving average. So trend is still down at the moment. Although it could be a retracement, or alternatively it could be a double bottom reversal here. Let's just start off with a 3 hour. That's going to give us information we need. Okay, ignore this big green bar. As usual, that is incorrect data. So if we look at the 3 hour, we have broken to the upside. We've come back and we've got an inside, an engulfing bar there. Sorry, we are at a level. Okay, so this level that we're at here, actually just tidy it up to there. There's my swing low, my inside tail, and you can see that's what we aim for, and we pull back. This is also looking like a bit of a flag here. If just get my channel. Okay, so we've got a bit of a flag and a flag breakout. Okay, so if I just do this, look where that takes me, pretty much up to that weekly level. Or sorry, at the monthly level. So this monthly level here at 51,100 is, so you understand where I'm getting it off, is the opening of the previous month. So this is last month. Okay, so that is March. Let's just get there, and you'll see there. Okay, so that's pretty much, you can see that was an opening. It is also a Brooks gap at the moment, so I always expect price to come back there, and then either we continue or buyer step in, a seller step in, then we move the downside. If I look at the monthly, we've got a crossover of the moving averages here. which is not a positive signal anyway. Okay, so gotta get down to the hour. That's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. I'm expecting this was a pretty long 2-day rally. We've had a moving average crossover, but we have had a breakout of this channel. So this could very well be a flag. So what you're looking for is a bit of a bounce back. And I'll put it back to come and test. And that would line up with this inside tail here anyway. So a bit of a bounce back into this area before we rally. Okay. Failure of this pattern is going to be a break below this level. Now I'll give you those physical levels now when we look at the half hour. Okay, so first rule is we're looking for a break to the upside. Okay, but we want a bit of a pullback. Come back and test this area here, and this level here is there's a lot happening here. We have all the moving averages. We've got the 200 EMA in here. We've got the 9 and 27 moving averages all grouped together nicely on this level. The only thing against us right now is that the oscillators are grouping to the upside, which is indicating this could very well turn out to be a double top. Okay, no diversions. Well, there is diversions actually from that high to that high. No, sorry, it's not diversions. High and high, high and high. Okay. So two ways of looking at this. One is a pullback onto this area here. Okay, and we find some support at 49,500. Then I would expect a continuation to the upside. Okay, if we get below this, still not the end of the world if we come back into the channel. But if we do break below 49,248, then I suspect we have a gap below, which will move to the gap, and then pretty much that's going to be a bit of a reversal because it's high, higher high, lower high, and then we have another lower low. Okay, so sort of cup and handle scenario. And then you're expecting a move pretty much down for the height of a cup and handle pattern, which would move us something like that. Okay, which comes back to test these inside tails. Okay, so that's kind of the two scenarios I see at the moment. If we look at let's get rid of all of that. Before I do that, just make sure we're all on the same page. So one way of looking at this is we have a potential flag break. I'm looking for solid price action at 49,500. If I can get some bullish price action there, then in for the long. And ultimately, from a swing trade perspective, I'm looking for 50,850 to be tagged. Okay. If this fails, then this is going to end up in a cup and handle pattern, which is a reversal pattern. Obviously, it's going to be confirmed with a break of 49,250, or 49,248, sorry. Then I'm expecting 48,500 to be tagged. Okay, so lastly, let's just have a look at the closing range here, which was so small, and I said to you on Friday, it's not even worth trading. But you can see, I'll have to just zoom in for this. So we broke, we hit the range target. We broke with the range target, we hit the second range target, we basically hit the fourth level of the range target, okay? So I think if you use, it's a bit of a bigger range at the moment, so let's get there. Oh, man. Okay, So the range at the moment is a little bit bigger than what it was on Friday. It's 270 points. And that is pretty much what I would use for my trade. Okay, so just let me put these levels in and then I'll give them to you. It's pretty small. But if we come down to that level, there's a gap here. Right there. Okay. And raise the upside. Okay, and I'll just go down to 12. Right. Okay, again, ignore this big bar, nonsense data. Anyway, on the 12, we've got oscillators grouped to the upside, so it is indicating a break to the downside. There are no fractals here that are lined up, but what we're really looking at is a break of 49,570. Then I'm pretty confident we're going to tag this gap close, which is 49,129. Okay, if it goes the other way and we break above 49,853, then we're looking at 5140. Okay, and let's see if there's anything. Nothing really there. Okay, but that's pretty much what I would do. If we do break the upside, then I'm expecting a much longer move to the upside. Okay, I'm expecting that monthly level to be tagged. If we do break the downside, then it's a very good possibility that we're just looking for gap close, and then that this flag is just be made bigger. We're looking for gap close before the buyers step in and start trying to move it back the upside. Okay, so I think the bias at the moment is to the upside, but it all depends what happens with this flag. If we do break below this level, I know the buyers will step in off the gap, but the question is the next high. If it's a lower high, there's your cue for a short, and that's a pretty decent swing trade. Okay, stop will be above the previous high, and you're looking for a retest of these lows. Okay, anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helped, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.